Like I said, I have 1,000 questions, but I actually wanted to start with you, Randall, with something that you ended with and actually is in the conclusion to Eric's book, and that is the Andrews Way. You went through and outlined those things. And Rule 6 of the Andrews Way says that it's important to take history of the Bible seriously, but do not place upon archaeology the burden of proving the Bible. And I may be a little bit dim on this one, but as I read the book, it felt in a way that's kind of what Eric was doing, but in reverse, sort of disproving the Bible. The lost tribes were never lost. The conquest of Canaan probably never happened. The timing was all wrong for the Exodus. So I guess what I'm asking you is Eric practicing what he's preaching? Is he doing the Andrews Way or not?
No. No, generally I think he is. But what I like about Eric's book is that he, I think at the end of each chapter, he points out, 3, 4, 5 different conclusions people come to try and explain the contradiction, the apparent contradiction. Typically, there's a couple of extreme views. Maybe you could call one a right-wing, a very fundamentalist kind of a perspective, a very literalistic reading of the Bible, and then there may be a very hyper-skeptical view. He refers in the book to a group of scholars called minimalists that don't see much history in the Bible whatsoever. And Eric tends to kind of float in the middle of those things, as I gather, but he also is cautious and says he's not certain, so I wouldn't really say he's not following it. I probably would be in the middle, too, maybe a little bit more likely. I'm more of a maximalist than he is. So I don't think he was not following it. I think both of us would agree that probably the ultimate proof doesn't come upon archaeology. There, I think I'd even agree with Herschel.
Even agree?
Yeah, even agree with Herschel. Even this rank amateur here.
If I can jump in here, a couple things. At the end of each chapter, and again, not to spoil it, but I do present, here are 3, 4, or 5 possibilities, and I try to say, like, this one doesn't work because of this, and this one because of this, but this one might be true, and this one might be true. And in the case of the Exodus, for example, I say there is no right or wrong, and it might have happened at 1450, it might have happened at 1250, it might have been a process, it might have been, So I was trying to do the Andrews Way, but
you were.
I should say